Today's guest is an amazing person. She's one of the nicest people and chillest people I've come across on Twitch. Always so welcoming, and as I said, super chill to watch. In this episode, we're gonna dive deep into more lore about the channel, what she plays mostly, how she got on the platform, and more. I'm more than happy to welcome Bak3rStreet to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time.
Hello.
So in this space, we're going to talk about everything from gaming, Twitch, mental health topics, and more. So whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy this new episode. Let's get started. The first thing I ask my guest every time is, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's as good as a Sunday can be, with work looming. Yeah, I just had a chat with the family FaceTime chat with my wife and my sister-in-laws, and it was just a really nice time to get to connect with them. We all live in different places.
Okay, that's nice. So do you mind telling me about how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about the channel, please?
Yeah. So I discovered Twitch because of some of my streamer friends that I met when I was still on Facebook. Facebook was where I started, and that was around... I didn't move to Twitch until August 2021. So from around November 2020 and up until then, I was on Facebook. But a friend at the time suggested that I try it out because I was unhappy with changes being made to the platform I was on.
Yeah, back then, like it's starting to shift into Meta with WhatsApp and Instagram and those. Yeah.
Yeah, it was still Facebook at that point, but it was becoming really strict. I was having a lot of problems with just having a place where it was just becoming a problem.
Yeah.
So
no worries. Yeah.
A friend suggested I give Twitch a try because I was hesitant to change platforms, and after streaming there one day, I just made the decision to flip over to the purple side, and I've had a great time so far.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of really interesting and cool communities and other streamers, and it's where I spend a lot of my free time.
Yeah.
And
I don't hear a lot of people say that they started or they came from like Facebook, because I know like there's Facebook, like there used to be, or I don't know how it is now. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but there was a lot of streamers on Facebook. But you're the first one that ever said that they came from Facebook. What was different between Facebook and Twitch to you?
The biggest thing was the chat integration. There was a lot more chat interaction possible, especially with like the emotes and the channel points. I mean, you had, some generic, your generic phone emotes on Facebook, but there wasn't channel point redemptions. There wasn't anything interactive. You were just chatting. So that was probably the biggest difference. The other thing I really appreciated was the usernames.
Yeah.
it felt safer because
Yeah.
when you stream on Facebook, even though like I was under a username, I was still Bak3rStreet, but
Yeah.
a lot of the chatters were under their normal names, so it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it feels weird. This is another question I wanted to ask you. Like, where did the name Bak3rStreet come from?
So I've had Bak3rStreet for a very long time. The stream name version is just a shortened version of my full gamer tag.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I've had that gamer tag since I want to say 2015 or so. No,
So,
before that.
Almost 10 years. Yeah, almost 10 years.
More than that. Xbox 360.
Oof, yeah.
So, I'm trying to think. I'd say 2012 then.
Oh my god, yeah.
Maybe before that, but still, very long time. I still have that gamer tag. I've never changed it. So, It originated from, at the time it originated from Sherlock Holmes. So, at the time I was really into the Sherlock Holmes stories and entertainment, and his address is 221B Bak3rStreet.
Oh wow.
London.
Yeah.
And so not a lot of people get it. The people that do, it puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, because some of my friends, like, they were asking me who are your next guests, who are you recording with, and I said a bunch of names, and your name was one of them. They were like, oh, like Bak3rStreet, as in like Sherlock Holmes. I'm like, is it? Because I have no clue. Like, I've seen Sherlock Holmes, but I haven't been in depth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I got really into the BBC Sherlock Holmes series around the time that I was just in a Sherlock Holmes phase. ADHD things. And it was something unique, and for me it's like I don't want to say a different persona, but it allows me to keep my personal life private.
Yeah, that's fair.
As well.
That's fair. So do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed on Twitch?
First game ever?
Yeah.
Wow, I really don't know.
We can skip if you'd like. If you're blanking out, I'm okay.
I know some of the first games I ever streamed.
Ever? Like from Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I used to play Among Us when it was still pretty new.
Oh my god,
I streamed
yeah.
that a few times.
Yeah.
That was like very beginning, and it was really rough. And
that was before 2020, right? Before it blew up.
That was right before the worldwide pandemic shutdown.
Okay.
So I built my PC in October 2020, right before the NVIDIA was releasing the 30 series.
Oh wow.
I was one of those people that didn't get their hands on one because of that fiasco. But I streamed Among Us, and then I did a lot with The Sims, The Sims 4. That was a main game, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla was another big one that I streamed.
Wow. Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises, honestly. I'm back to Mirage lately. Yeah. Have you played Mirage?
I played it for a few hours when it came out.
Okay.
I was having a hard time adjusting to the differences.
Oh yeah, because they went back a little bit to the OG things in like the OG Assassin's Creed. I would like switching back. Yeah, switching back from Kingdom Hearts, because I've been like so I've been playing 7 days a day on PC. Then on console, I've been like just focused on most of the Kingdom Hearts, and it was weird with the controls and stuff. Going back to Mirage felt really weird, and I was like, well, I'll adapt sometime.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
I actually, for a while, recently when I got back into streaming after taking a pretty significant hiatus, I was playing Assassin's Creed from the first game, and that was it took time to get adjust because it was very different.
Yeah. I think that's when we crossed paths. That's when I followed you. You were playing an Assassin's Creed game, and I'm like, "Ooh, Assassin's Creed! Well, of course I'm gonna stick around." And there we are.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one it was, but it was.
I think
one
I
of the
have.
later ones.
I have a memory, like a brief memory. It was one of the second Assassin's Creeds, like part of the 2 franchise, like either 2 Brotherhood or Revelation, one of these. Because
it was probably 2 then, because 2 is among my favorites. And I've replayed that more than once. 1 was rough, and then I didn't finish Brotherhood because there was compatibility issues. They're just not meant to be played on a new system.
Yeah.
So,
I've had my fair share of like issues on stream when I streamed. I think Brotherhood or Revelation, because there's a mission. You finish it clearly before, like on Xbox 360, right? Yeah. So there's one mission where you have to like conduct these group of, I don't know the name of the mission, but you conduct these group of like assassins, and you have to be on top of like several buildings, take down several guards and stuff, and you have like a very, very limited time. And with ADHD, I'm finding it super hard, and like I didn't even mess up, and it just like failed me several times, and I'm like, okay, this happened like over 10 times. What do I do now? I don't know if I'm able to skip this because this is an issue. So I moved on to the next one, and I never got back after it.
Yeah, so I've not actually played the entire Assassin's Creed title series.
No, this was part of like Brotherhood.
So let me phrase that wrong. I've not finished the entire series. So I've played some of Brotherhood, and I've played some of Revelations. Funny enough, the reason I didn't stick with Revelations was because of that whole mechanic of having to defend or attack areas. I found it too frustrating, and I didn't continue the game. So
funny enough,
but I can say,
funny enough is Revelations was the very first Assassin's Creed I've ever picked up in my whole life, and that's what made me love the franchise. Funny enough.
For me, it was 2. No, actually, it's hard to remember because I played 2 pretty early.
Yeah.
But I also distinctly remember falling in love with 3.
Yeah, 3 was pretty difficult. Make a Revolution.
I didn't find it difficult. I think I would have to say Assassin's Creed 2, the first title in the Ezio trilogy. It was the Assassin's Creed title I started with. Yeah,
and the fourth one, which is Black Flag, is like a fan favorite. But the third one, I had issues playing it. Not issues like game-wise. Like it was a me problem because like probably because I was younger back then and I hadn't had that much focus as I have now. So now I'm like past this point. So then the third one, like it frustrated me to a point where like I kept just like walking and the guards just like piled up on me, and all I did was just walk. So I just gave it up and then never came back to it until recently.
That's interesting. 3 was 3 Black Flag, there's a few that I have that are not fan favorites. Like
Mhm.
Syndicate is one of my favorites, but
Yeah.
it's not a fan favorite.
The fourth one is I've heard everybody just being in love with Black Flag. Everybody.
Yeah, Black Flag was incredible.
Yeah.
I love Syndicate because of the time period
Oh my
and
god.
the setting.
Oh my
and-
god. Syndicate is my favorite, like, of all of them.
Yeah, so I would say it's really, really hard for me to say what's an overall favorite
Okay,
of
fair
the
enough.
series.
Fair enough.
But Syndicate, I do fully plan on streaming that
Yeah.
in the future.
And it was one of the first games that allow you to just switch. I don't know if it's protagonist or antagonist. Which one is
Protagonist.
protagonist? Yeah,
So it's
there was
the-
a brother and a
the Fry
sister.
twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fry twins, Evie
Yeah.
and Jacob. I actually have their Funko Pops.
Oh my god.
But I don't have them displayed in my office right now, but
Yeah.
one day soon. But yeah, I had Jacob was my preferred character to play as, but I love being able to explore Victorian London
Yeah.
and explore the Industrial Revolution setting.
Yeah. Have you played any of the DLCs? Like, there's a Jack the Ripper DLC.
I don't think I've finished that one. I think by
Okay.
the time I was starting that, they were talking about Origins,
Oh wow.
and I was just
Mhm.
kind of burnt out.
Yeah, I can see that. So what are your limits regarding your stream? Like, what would come off as like something that's besides having like bots and graphic artists? Like, what would have someone's message be deleted in your chat? What's the limit? What's allowed? What isn't?
So being blatantly disrespectful to me or
Mhm.
others, for one. Being, racist, homophobic,
Hmm.
any of those things.
Yeah.
I want my community to be respectful to each other and to myself.
Yep.
Because
No bigotry.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
just the basic decency.
That's fair.
I just want basic decency. But
That's fair. Hmm.
yeah, I just want a safe space for people, and
Yeah.
I mean,
That's fair.
there's not too much I've outright banned for. Disrespecting the rules and ignoring the rules is probably the most obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. So what games or what type of games you would never see yourself playing or streaming?
Ooh. Driving simulators. And I don't mean like Forza.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
Euro Truck and those. Yeah.
Euro Truck, like all those kinds of things. I'm not really big into JRPGs.
Okay.
I can't say I've never streamed them because Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon, I don't think Pokemon... Is it a JRPG? Okay, I've never
it's a
thought of...
Japanese- I mean, it is
yeah.
a role-playing game.
I've never thought of Pokemon being this way. I thought it was just like open world adventure, survival craft.
I mean, well, some of them have crafting, some of them don't. And
Yeah.
you still have that, the battling itself is still pretty linear, like the old games.
Yeah.
But you can explore more open world now.
Yeah,
which is
in the
pretty
recent ones.
cool.
hmm Which of the recent
like,
Pokemon games is your favorite, by the way? On that note.
What was it?
Mine is Arceus.
Sword and Shield.
Oh, Sword and Shield. Which one do you have? Sword or Shield?
I had Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that one the most. Arceus, there was things about it that I got frustrated with.
Yeah, at some point it becomes, or it turns into like a Souls-like, where you have to like battle these big bosses, I think, next to caves or something, like conquer the area.
It was the like the research part of it. It just got
Yeah.
too tedious.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Basically, my goal is to finish like the main quest line.
Uh-huh.
Is usually, well, except for, see, I don't remember Arceus too much. So,
Yeah. Arceus had like this chill aspect where you just like tame and battle Pokemon. There's no story like in Violet or like in Sword and Shield, like those. Mainly I focused on just getting to a point where I can have a shiny charm, and now I got like several shinies. Two of them are, I got another shiny Psyduck recently. Those are my prized possessions.
I just basically go for the main quest, which is typically with Pokemon games, defeat the like gym leaders. And then there's usually some sort of final four. And then I'll catch as many Pokemon.
Yeah, Elite Four.
Or Elite Four, yeah.
Yeah.
They're called the... Anyways. And I'll try to catch as many Pokemon as I can along the way, but once I finish like the main goal of the title, I'm good.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, there's not many games that I play beyond the main
story.
Objective.
Yeah. So how many hours per day and week, like in general, besides streaming, do you spend on Twitch?
Ooh, it's dependent on the day, but minimum per week, definitely at minimum 8 hours. Not including streaming. I only stream about 4 to 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
Just my personal time is very important to me, so that has the highest priority.
Yeah, of course, understandable.
Plus, I have a full-time job on top of that, so and a family, so they're most important. So I stream, and just enough for me to also not burn myself out again, which is why I ended up taking a long hiatus.
Yep.
I had mentioned earlier, but
yeah.
I don't try to overdo it anymore because then I don't stick very well.
I've had a lot of my friends, even like one of my guests in like 4 episodes before you, like episode 50, she told me like she's in and out because she feels like a little bit of like a burnout, and that's fair. I'm trying to balance that out to a point where I don't get to that burnout because I'm not ready yet. Like at some points, like for example, let's say I came back from work and I want to stream, but then I'm like, no, personal time, do it on your days off, better. That's what I tell myself.
Yeah. So I fit my streaming between mine and my wife's work hours, like, because our shifts are slightly different.
So when she's not around, you stream?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
When we don't have our own things going on, that time is sacred to me.
Of course, that's understandable. So on that note, to the new people out there, maybe people of your community or people who just started streaming or maybe are thinking about it, what is one advice you can give them?
Start slow. You don't need everything immediately. And that goes for followers, gear, setup. Just start with the basics, and most importantly, be yourself.
So I've added a fun little mini game in which I will name a set of 3 games each time. You'll have to tell me which one you'd play, which one you'd delete from existence, or which one you'd uninstall. So playing, if you choose to play a game, or just is there forever. You can go back to it anytime. You can do whatever you want. If you choose to delete it from existence, it's gone alongside the whole franchise. But uninstalling
whole franchise? That's
Mhm.
extreme.
Oh yeah. But if you choose to uninstall, you can either play it like think of it like a demo, like those demos you get. Like you can either play it for a little while and then never go back to it, or just finish it and then just abandon it. It's called play, delete, uninstall. If you want to write them down, I'm more than okay. This also includes the whole franchise, as I said. But you have 3 jokers that allow you to either delete all of the games during one of the questions, or keep them all. You can't uninstall.
Okay.
You're also free to skip or skip over any of these if you feel stuck or blank out on one.
Okay.
Okay, so the first 3 are Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, Battlefield.
Ooh, so play COD. COD is COD is one of the earliest games, game series that I got into. Medal of Honor was the first person shooter I got into.
Medal of Honor, wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was on PlayStation 2. I still have it.
Wow, yeah.
I plan on streaming it once I finish my list of to-dos. And,
you're currently doing Fallout 4. I recall that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have a list to follow that. So it's going to be a minute, but
No worries.
that's fine because The Office isn't finished anyway. So
Yeah.
no pressure. So play COD, delete Battlefield.
Okay.
I've enjoyed some of the Battlefield games, specifically Battlefield 1, which is World War One settings, and then more recently I was streaming for fun a little bit of Battlefield 5, which is set during World War Two. Between the two, BF1 is the better. Delete then would have to be CSGO. I tried it.
Okay.
It's just
because you said delete
not for me.
Battlefield. Because you've said delete Battlefield.
no. I thought it said uninstall Battlefield.
No, because I'm also
No.
keeping note. So okay, so delete
Okay.
Counter-Strike.
So play COD, uninstall Battlefield, delete CSGO.
Okay. The next ones are Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Valorant.
Delete Fortnite. Delete it.
Okay.
Delete it. The ripple effect that is Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that can go. Play Apex, uninstall Valorant. I've never
Okay.
actually played Valorant, but the ripple effect that Fortnite caused,
Understandable.
that's gotta go.
Understandable. So the next ones are PUBG, Overwatch 2, Halo.
Ooh, play Halo, delete Overwatch 2, uninstall PUBG.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Valheim, Stardew Valley, Minecraft.
Play Minecraft, uninstall Stardew, delete Valheim.
Fair enough.
That's not too far from reality.
That is fair. That is fair. The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia.
Play The Sims, delete Palia, uninstall Disney.
Wow, uninstall. Most of
Nothing will
the
beat
most of the people here said like just delete it because of Donald.
No, I like Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I love The Sims.
Yep.
And Palia, I lasted about 5 minutes before I gave up. Sorry.
Yep. Understandable. The next one is Warframe, The First Descendant, and Once Human.
Ooh, so that's I've never played either of those.
Okay. You could use a joker if you want. You can
What does
also
the Joker do again?
the joker allows you to either delete all of them. You have 3 jokers. Delete all of them, or keep all of them. Or you can skip.
Delete. I'll skip that one.
Okay, so skip. No joker used. All right. So the next one is Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, Diablo.
Oh man. Oh, that's mean.
I don't know what to
Baldur's
say.
Gate. I can't spell.
Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate.
Gate 3. Diablo. It doesn't even matter which Diablo. But,
All of them.
and
All of them. Yeah, and Elden Ring. So,
Ooh.
so when you delete one, you're deleting the whole franchise because you can't
Yeah.
delete one and leave the others.
Yeah. Ooh, and Elden. You could argue that. I don't know. Is Elden Ring part of the Dark Souls?
I don't think so. It's
I
its
know
own
it's Souls
thing.
like.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
You're giving me ideas for next episode, you know?
Hey. Play Diablo.
Okay.
That's been a major game for me with stream. I
Love the
will admit I'm
franchise.
not-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Diablo 3 especially.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played the most recent season. I've just been too into Fallout
Yeah.
to be interested. But play Diablo, uninstall Baldur's Gate, delete Elden Ring. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
All good.
Anyways, so the next one is Quake, Doom, and the Elder Scrolls series.
Ooh. Play Elder Scrolls. I would never delete that. That'd be asking to be destroyed. That'd be asking to be erased from existence.
Fair enough.
So play Elder Scrolls, uninstall. So yeah, play Elder Scrolls, uninstall Doom, and delete
Quake.
Quake.
Okay. So Lethal Company, Among Us, and Content Warning.
Lethal Company, Among Us. Play Among Us. I'm not a big fan of how busy the game has gotten. I liked it when it was simple.
I haven't played Among Us since like 2020 by far.
No, I've played it,
Yeah.
but I've not enjoyed it as much. It got too complicated with like sabotaging and all that, and all like the different bigger maps and stuff. It just got too much. I'd say uninstall Lethal Company and delete Content Warning, but that's only because I don't know much about Content Warning.
Fair enough. Content Warning is, you can say it's like a Lethal Company clone, but it got more. It's like about you creating content in another planet. Like you fly in a spaceship, you and 3 other friends, and you start filming stuff, and you have to make it back alive when you run out of like film space or tape. And if you don't make it alive, at least one member has to watch for their oxygen not to run out, and you have to be alive with the camera. You just how do you say, like turn the footage into a DVD and then just publish it and then get views. So it's kind of like Lethal Company.
Why hasn't Phasmophobia done that? Where you're like,
We're coming. It's
They're-
next. It's next.
anyway,
Phasmophobia, Demonologist, and Devour.
yeah, I'm just like, well, because there's Ghost Hunter TV shows, so why isn't there?
Yeah.
Like,
No. We're doing it in order. So Phas, Demonologist, Devour.
that's the next 3.
Yep.
Phas, Demonologist, Devour.
Yep.
Play Phas, uninstall Demonologist, and delete
Devour.
Devour.
So here's something you might be okay with, and it might, like, you might tell me that it's like evil or mean or something. The Fallout series, Dead Space, and Mass Effect.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna play Fallout because I'm playing Fallout.
Yeah. We got Dead Space and we got Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's tough because not just because of personal opinion, but also because it would delete the entire franchise, and I know how important the entire franchise is. So I'm gonna have to go with delete Dead Space and uninstall Mass Effect.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. So Visage, we have Madison, and we have Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm just gonna Joker card delete all.
Delete all. Okay, first Joker used then. Alright, so the next ones are a few zombie games with Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, and Dying Light.
Dying Light was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Played Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite game series on 360.
Mm-hmm.
Uninstall Dead Island and delete Dying Light.
Okay. So I don't know if you've heard of that fun fact, but some of the people that worked on Dead Island 1 also worked on Dying Light 1. Because if you notice, yeah, no, that's a fact. If you notice that some of the zombie models and some of the zombie sounds as well are exactly identical in each game. And they're like, I think kind of the same company at the time, but like different people at the same time, but like the same. I don't know how that fits, but like some people from Dead Island 1 and the company, I forgot which company before the recent one, but Deep Silver, I think. Before Deep Silver was like Ever Deep Silver, or maybe it was Deep Silver, one of them, but they're both identical in that aspect.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know the history of the games.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into Dead Rising, which is another zombie game, Mortuary Assistant, and The Walking Dead.
Are you talking about the Telltale Walking Dead games?
Yep, including those, and there are some like other Walking Dead games as well. So all of them.
Okay, so play Mortuary Assistant, delete Dead Rising, uninstall Walking Dead.
We are gonna stay in the zombies aspect with Project Zomboid, 7 Days to Die, and The Last of Us.
What was the first one?
7 Days to Die, Project Zomboid, and The Last of Us.
Delete Project Zomboid, uninstall 7 Days to Die, and play The Last of Us. Which I need to finish.
Okay.
Don't kill me.
Which one's
I've
your
seen
favorite?
the show. I know the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't finished playing it because I don't have a PlayStation and the PC port was rough.
Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Fair
But
enough.
yeah.
Okay, so Don't Starve Together, The Forest, and The Quarry.
Wish I saved my Joker.
You have 2 more.
How many Jokers do I have?
3, you've used up 1.
Okay, I'm gonna just delete all.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You still have the last Joker remaining.
Okay.
Okay, so Alan Wake, Resident Evil, The Evil Within.
Ooh, that's mean. And I'm not even a horror gamer, but that's mean. I'm gonna use the last Joker and keep them all.
Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Killer Clowns, the game.
Delete Texas Chainsaw, uninstall Killer Clowns, play Dead by Daylight.
Okay, so delete TCM, uninstall Dead by Daylight.
No, uninstall Killer Clowns.
Ah, okay. And play Dead by Daylight. Okay, fair enough. Little Nightmares, the Alien series, and Silent Hills.
Play Little Nightmares, because that game series is awesome. Uninstall Silent Hill, delete Alien.
Fair enough. Did you know that they're coming out with a new Little Nightmare game?
Yep, it's on my wish list.
Nice. Honestly, I never get creeped out, and that game just creeped the hell out of me. Give me anxiety beyond compare.
It didn't. I didn't find it scary as
Not
much
scary.
as
Yeah, it's
creepy.
like just
Just
creepy. Yeah, anxiety inducing. Like you have to be stealthy at some parts, and like, all right. So Fall Guys, Party Animals, chained together.
delete Fall Guys, play Party Animals,
Okay.
uninstall Chain Together.
Cyberpunk, GTA, and Saints Row.
Play GTA, delete Cyberpunk, uninstall Saints Row.
Now, Pal World, Pokemon, and Temtem. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Nope. So it's getting deleted.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like I played it, and even Slack Jeff has played it at some point. It's like a very cheap wannabe of Pokemon, and it kind of pissed me off at some points because I've did everything. I even like sold my clothes just for money, and it's very rough. And the Switch port, because I have it on console on PS5, the Switch version crashes all the time.
Yikes.
Yeah,
So,
it's gone.
sounds like I was justified. Play Pokemon and uninstall Power World.
So the last two questions are Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, and Tomb Raider.
Play Assassin's Creed, uninstall Tomb Raider, delete Uncharted.
Okay. And the final one is Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Persona.
Ooh, boy. Hold on, I gotta write these down because I gotta think about this. Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Persona.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little easier now that I have it written out. Delete Persona, uninstall Final Fantasy, play Kingdom Hearts.
Honestly, I am not a Final Fantasy fan, but I love Kingdom Hearts.
I hate to say it, but I'm not a fan of any of those games. I used to like
That's
Kingdom
fair.
Hearts, but then I went back to it and it was
That's fair.
incredibly frustrating.
That's fair. This is I've told everybody on stream the other day. This is my Elden Ring. This is my Souls-like game.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, people, you torture yourselves with Baldur's Gate and like Elden Ring and those, and I torture myself with this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it is Souls. Like, you die, you have to start over.
Not fully start over, but I
well,
get what you mean. Yeah.
Not start over, but like, last checkpoint. Like, oh, darn, last checkpoint.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Fallout, you die, you start over. Well, I mean, even that sucks. Anyways, ignore that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're hard.
Yeah.
They're all very difficult games.
So now we are gonna do the third segment, which is the lightning round / pop quiz. You can be brief. You can be. You can have like a in-depth answer. It's up to you. So do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine? Like something you picked up on like recently. You started doing it. It's become a daily thing.
Honestly, my daily routine's pretty boring.
No worries.
I wake up, I go to work. I don't always eat breakfast on time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I work from home, so it has lots of advantages.
That's
But,
fair.
yeah, I mean, my full-time job is the majority of my time. And you know, my relationship and my family are second. And I should say,
Yeah.
they're first, in terms of priorities. But yeah, I mean, most days are taken up by work, so I don't have much of a routine so much.
Yeah.
If it's a more relaxed day, though, the one thing that's different is I'll be able to hang out on streams.
Yeah.
But right now work has been crazy, so I haven't been able to do that because it's too much of a distraction.
Yeah, understandable. So if you were to be any object or creature, real or fictional, what would you be and why?
If I could be any object or creature, real or fictional, why? I would be a cat,
Oh wow.
but like a cat that's in a super loving home and just, yeah, has the best life ever. Cat with the best life ever.
Nice.
I envy our cats sometimes.
What kind of what breed of cats do you have?
I mean, all of my cats have been rescues. I just prefer short hairs. I'm not a long haired cat fan, and I'm not a hairless cat fan. Sorry.
So the ones
But,
that are gray colored and that have like yellow eyes or something, they're so cuddly.
those are different
yeah.
breeds. So our cat she's a tabby, a gray tabby. She's gorgeous. my first cat was just a black domestic short hair. And he was my best friend and my baby. It's been like a year and a half, almost 2 years now without him. But
Yeah.
I would be a cat. Little Kitty Big City was everything I wanted in a game and more.
Fair enough. I always forget to include that, but it'll be included later.
All the cat games. There's so many cat games now.
Yeah. Like, what's it called? Stray, Little Kitty Big City. I can't think of a third one.
I'm not sure off the top of my head, but there's a lot of like 2D cat games.
Yeah.
But yeah, Little Kitty Big City was it's such a cute, sweet game. And I did tear up a little bit at the end. But I 100%ed that game, proud to say.
Oh my god. You got all the hats and all the gizmos and gadgets?
Yes, everything. All the achievements, all the collectibles.
Nice. All right. So what is your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? Spamming channel points.
Oof, yeah, I feel that.
I'm gonna keep it stream specific. Spamming channel points.
And outside of stream, what is it?
I have too many to count. Rude people. That's the easiest one.
That's fair. That's valid.
Don't be rude.
That's valid.
Don't be rude. Don't be selfish.
Yep. All right. So what is one thing or person you cannot live without?
My wife.
That's fair. What's your comfort off-stream game?
Usually it's the game I'm streaming. So I literally play, like right now I've been streaming Fallout typically on my Monday streams, and Wednesdays have been, I've been playing Crime Scene Cleaner.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's dark, but I don't know, it's relaxing.
It is, yeah. It is kind of like Power Wash Sim, but you're cleaning up a crime scene.
Yes, before the crime gets noticed. So that, and so yeah, most of my free time when I'm gaming, it's Fallout at this point. Anytime I have to game, I'm playing Fallout. And right now I've been playing the Nuka World DLC before I finish the main story. I want to do the DLCs before I finish the main story.
Fair enough.
I'm actually getting close. So I get so lost exploring that game. And I just enjoy it. I could just keep exploring for hours.
Oh yeah, I can see the endless possibilities. Plus, if you have mods as well. I don't know if you use mods, but most people use mods.
I wanna. Yeah, it's just vanilla right now.
Vanilla, okay.
I don't want to mess with. Yeah, it's called vanilla.
Yeah.
And once I've finished the story and I'm satisfied, then I'll try the mods, because I've been reading on Reddit about a lot of really incredible ones.
That's nice. So what would you do with $1 million?
I would say probably what a lot of people my age would do, which is pay off debt, buy a house, and then travel.
That's fair. That's fair. So what are your favorite hobbies?
Aside from gaming?
Yep.
Yeah, because I have a lot. I like to do my own graphic design. I just do it for myself, and when I'm feeling creative. I like to swim when I can. Swimming's one of my favorite sports. I mean, if I have so many different hobbies. Reading is a big one. Right now I'm reading, and I feel like I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. I'm not up to date on. I've not been into my Japanese interest as much. But anyways, besides the point, I've been reading Junji Ito's Tomie.
I think Tomei.
Tomei.
Yeah, I think.
Every time I see the name, I'm like, I need to know how to say it.
How is it written?
Tomie.
Yeah, I think it's Tomei. I'm not sure, because I've heard it somewhere and I can't just pick up where I've heard it or pick up how it is.
The employee that helped me pick it out, I just don't remember how.
Yeah.
But I've been reading that. So I've been getting back into reading manga more and watching anime a little more.
Oh, what's your favorite anime, by the way? Mine is Full Metal Alchemist.
Naruto. I have a Kakashi tattoo.
Nice. I mean, regarding that Pokemon is the most famous anime on Earth, that counts as well. For some people that
it does count as an anime.
Yeah,
it is an anime.
Some people debate it. Yeah, some people debate that it isn't, but it is.
No, it is. I think it started as a card game, but
Yep.
part of the intellectual property.
Yeah.
So it is an anime. You know, it's what I grew up watching on Saturday mornings was Pokemon while eating my cereal.
Wow. Yeah, I still watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch it anymore. It's just I'll play the games, but that's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, I've been rewatching Naruto with my wife, and we've also been watching Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice.
It's her first watch, my second.
Nice.
Time watching it.
There is an anime that pissed me off. I don't know if you've seen it. Death Note.
I've been reading Death Note. There's a lot of
anime.
There's a lot of things
is like,
that I just find easier to.
Yeah, I know, but like the anime, I'm not saying any spoilers. I'm just like saying what the public are saying. Like the anime should have ended at some point. That's all what the people are saying, and it's like publicly and everybody's been saying that. Even people who haven't seen it and heard about it, they agree with that because they've seen parts of it. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's interesting.
since we're still on that aspect, what's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games and anime, of course?
Staying alive.
Staying alive.
The things it takes to be able to do the things I enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to be real.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of. I try really hard not to spend
Yeah.
money when I don't need to.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
hard.
that was
It's hard.
stupid.
I feel that the struggle is real. This is the 3-part question. What's one
Okay.
of your all-time favorite songs, or a song that you've been stuck on recently? Like,
All-time favorite songs: "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin. Probably "Electric Cowboys." We got the moves.
oh my God, one of my friends is gonna love you for that. He's been boasting about Electric Cowboy. Oh my God,
Yeah.
everywhere I go.
I like the music, and that's my favorite one.
I like
Yeah.
some of their songs. I forgot the name of the song where in the music video there's a zombie apocalypse and it ends there.
I'm not sure. I've only seen a couple music videos,
Yeah.
but yeah, "We Got
Yeah.
the Moves" is my favorite.
Yeah. Same question, but what's one of your all-time favorite movies?
I'm gonna have to go with the movie I always say, Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 edition, directed by Joe Wright.
Fair enough.
It's really hard though, because there's a lot of really good movies I could pick from.
Yeah, that's fair. What's one of your all-time favorite talk show or game shows or series?
Like TV series?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound like such an old person.
No.
But the old TV show MASH,
Oh my God.
with Alan Alda. I love that show.
Oh my God. Mine is The Simpsons, hands down.
Simpsons is pretty good. I have a lot that I like, but I love MASH.
Like The Simpsons, like I breathe The Simpsons. Honestly, I have like that crazy addiction to them. I even have like merchandise. I have like dolls of The Simpsons. I have like
Wow.
a lot of things. I even streamed the Simpsons game, not Hit and Run. I've streamed Hit and Run, and I'm gonna go back to it. But I've streamed the Simpsons game from 2007, and I have yet to finish it. Again, I need to go back to that. So anything Simpsons related, most of my channel redeems are Simpsons related. So there is one ridiculous one that everybody loves, where it's from the episode Millhouse of Sand and Fog. I think it's in season 16 or 17, but TLDR. So Bart wants to just frame Millhouse's parents because they got divorced and then they came back and he doesn't like it. Millhouse doesn't like it. So Bart takes one of Marge's bras and just puts it on Luann's bed. Luann is like Millhouse's mother. and then Luan discovers it, and instead of breaking them, she breaks apart, or it breaks up Homer and Marge. So that there's a scene where Luan gives Homer the bra, and he says,
"This is Marge's bra. I bought it for her boobs."
that's one of my redeems. People laugh at that. People love that.
Wow.
Yeah. If your life was ever to be a video game or a movie or an anime itself, what would it be called and why?
I used to have the perfect answer.
Let's hear
Oh
it.
wait, here we go. It's just gonna be oh shit, here we go again.
Oh my god, same as mine. I'm like,
we're just
yeah,
any of that variation. But
yeah,
mine's been a lot of it's trials and tribulations.
yeah. Mine goes between like WTF, or like really, with like 3 question marks, or like just 3 question marks, or like ah shit, here we go again, or something like that. I'm like, are you done yet? Sometimes I feel like it's like, are we done yet?
Yeah, it's
So,
been
Yeah,
it's been a lot, but things have been really good, right? Lately, and just enjoying it.
that's good. That's good. So if you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
This is easy. I actually was just talking about this a few days ago. The ability to teleport at
Same
will
here.
to
Same as
wherever
mine.
I want to go.
Same as mine. But there
Um,
is a catch. You can't. It shouldn't be given to everybody. You know, like otherwise we'd have like outlaws teleporting back and forth. It should be earned.
No,
It should be like inherited or something.
you
Yeah.
said superpower, so
Yeah, superpower,
that's my
teleportation.
superpower.
Yeah. Same as mine.
And I would just just use it just to get around places.
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
be able to just to be able to move around. Just life would be easier for me because most people don't realize it, but I am physically disabled.
Mhm.
I am highly independent, but
Yeah.
there still comes a lot of obstacles. So just being able to be like, I want to go see the Eiffel Tower today. Boop, there. Would just be amazing.
With a
because,
snap of a finger. Yeah.
traveling, and a lot of places aren't built for people who have physical disabilities.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. 100%.
so it's a challenge.
Yeah. So which of these 3 things would you give up if you ever had to? Money, gaming, or love?
I had to give up money, gaming, or love.
Yep.
I'd probably give up gaming because
Okay.
it's a part of me, and it's a hobby I love. It's not the only hobby, and it's not the only part of me. Whereas we can't live without money or love.
Yep. True.
So,
True.
and living without either of those is devastating.
True. Yeah.
So I think gaming's the easiest answer.
All right. We're down to the final 2 questions. They are both food related. So,
Okay.
what's one of your all-time favorite drinks?
All-time favorite drink? Like any drink, or
Anything.
Are we talking?
Anything you like. If we're talking alcoholic, what's your favorite alcoholic go-to? Or alcoholic, if you're talking like normal or soft drink, what's your favorite go-to?
Okay. I'll do my favorite soda is probably root beer. Such an old
Nice.
person,
Nice.
but
I enjoy that.
I love a good root beer.
All right. So the final question is, what's the weirdest food you've ever had?
Ooh, weirdest food I've ever had. I have to think about that for a minute. Because I've been really trying to branch out
Yeah.
in what I eat. It's a fruit. It's called it's the first thing I could think of. It's called a kumquat.
Oh yeah, I know these. We have a lot
They're
of these here.
They're the color of an orange, but they're really tiny.
Yeah, they have big seeds, big brown seeds.
No, you eat them whole.
Oh.
Or rind and all. And I spent months trying to find these, and because I wanted to try them, and finally found them. Was so excited, ate one and instantly hated it.
I mean, fair
I was
enough.
so disappointed.
Fair enough. Probably our versions have seeds inside of them, like brown seeds, where you have to take the seed out and then eat it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
These ones, they're really tiny.
Oh, no,
Smaller
no,
than
no.
a-
Now I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. They're like very ripe oranges, like it's an actual orange, but shrunk down. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so you eat like the whole, you don't
It's sour.
peel it or anything.
It's sour. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sour.
Yeah. Now I know.
But it's I was so mad.
I know what you mean.
So excited.
I mixed two things up.
It's okay.
This is the mental health segment. In this
Okay.
segment, we're going to be talking about mental health and some sensitive subjects. Some disclaimers before we start. I apologize in advance for any heavy or triggering terms that might be used, not necessarily in this episode, because we've had a lot of morbid/dark themes we've spoken about before. So I'm going to say this again. Some subjects might seem triggering or heavy, so be well aware as you listen, and feel free to either skip or dip out on the segment if you feel uncomfortable about some of them. This also applies to future episodes, so listen at your own risk or will. Mental health is not an easy subject to talk about. Today I asked Baker, a few weeks earlier, what subjects, or actually I chose a subject because what she has is called Cerebral Palsy. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to shed a light on what it is, and we're going to talk about more info regarding this. So, Baker, it's all yours. Go ahead. The segment's yours.
Yeah, so I have a disability called cerebral palsy, or cerebral, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But so I was doing some extra reading about it because, well, it's something I've lived with my entire life. I'm not a doctor, so but it's a group of neurological disorders that often appear in infancy, or most often appear in infancy, I should say. And it's a permanent disability. It affects body movement, muscle coordination, balance, and it essentially it's the easiest way to explain it is it's brain damage.
Brain
so
damage. Okay.
yeah, it's so it's a palsy of the brain. I mean, that's technically what cerebral palsy means. It affects the brain's ability to control movement.
Mm-hmm. So paralysis, kind of like a paralysis.
Sort of. So palsy, it means like the loss or impairment of motor function.
I see. Okay.
So and it specifically affects the brain. Now CP, it does also affect emotional maturity, critical thinking. It affects every aspect of life. So there's a lot of things that can cross over with it too, like ADHD, the autism spectrum, other disabilities as well. But for me, I was born premature and did not have a typical or easy birth. So while I will never know the exact cause of my disability, it can easily be attributed to that. So I've not known anything else, and it's been a long road with multiple surgical operations, other orthopedic therapies, physical therapy, to get to where I am now as an adult. But I have challenges, things that are easy and that other people don't think about are difficult for me. not just with walking, but even sometimes with playing video games. Certain control schemes just are not friendly. I could easily call out a specific game for that, but it's not taken into consideration often about how the ease of control. The things are improving, but not every video game is accessible to people. Because I am weaker in my left side, I have less dexterity in my left hand, so sometimes, mouse and keyboard or even a controller it's difficult. Like something as simple as holding down shift to sprint or hitting control to crouch. Like I have to remap those because I can't easily hit them. But yeah, it's one of those disabilities that people don't notice on stream because I'm sitting down. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
I want to say it's harder for people to just realize that.
Yeah, I
because
think I have a
I don't
friend of
look
mine that has this. She doesn't look very disabled as well, one of my friends, but she always has something pinned that says like, I'm not gonna say her name, I'm out of respect, I'm not gonna dox her, but streamer has nerve damage and cannot move some of her like limbs, like fingers or hands at some points, and she might end stream abruptly if she starts to feel like tired or uncomfortable. So I need to ask her like in private if she has cerebral palsy or not. So that might be it. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of different disorders and disabilities that can cause those kind of things, but I can say each person that has cerebral palsy is different. But the thing that I want people to see is that we are still people,
still
and we
human,
are normal, and just because I might walk different or think things differently or react differently to something doesn't mean there's something
or probably
wrong
take a little
with
bit
that.
of time doing stuff. That's totally fair. Also, because at some point also like ADHD and like those that fall under that same spectrum as ADHD are called invisible disabilities, if you know what I mean. So they're like disabilities that aren't visible or aren't like physically there, but they're there. So autism also falls into that spectrum, bipolar as well. So those so there's a difference between I don't know if cerebral palsy, like I know it can show it in some aspects, but at the same time it's like I don't know if it falls under the spectrum of like invisible disability until you notice it.
No, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't call it an invisible disability.
Okay.
Because it's something that affects my body physically.
Yeah.
So you only don't see it when I'm streaming because camera angle. You only see torso up. If I were to walk around on stream, which I have done, then you see it. It's just because I'm sitting in a chair, you don't notice.
So I have a question as well. Like, are there any remedies? By remedies, I mean like any treatment that you have to take for it to just be stable and not aggravate? Does it aggravate?
So there's no there's no cure. So if you have cerebral palsy, your treatment options are basically physical therapy. At least for me, that was my main thing, was physical therapy and surgical procedures during certain growth stages as a kid. But no, as an adult, I just try to make sure I try to stay flexible and just
active.
Be active and stretch like you're supposed to anyway. It's not regressive, meaning it's not going to get
worse
worse over time,
Yeah.
unless I'm not being
Careful.
on top of.
Yeah.
Like if I were to just sit in a chair for a week straight and not move,
Yeah.
as would anybody, I'm gonna be stuck.
If you're
But,
if you're not careful with it, that's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't keep up with certain, exercises, I do feel like I go backwards
Yeah.
in progress.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be, so to speak, more disabled.
Yeah. I have a final question that's kind of like picking my mind right now. Are you born with it, or does it like
Yeah.
show up later on? Can you have it like show up later on?
So for me and the majority of people that have cerebral palsy, you're essentially born with it. It's often not noticed until certain life stages.
Yeah.
So for me specifically, my parents didn't notice that I wasn't crawling when I should have been. Like those, developmental stages of
Yeah.
babies.
Like when you're a toddler and those. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't diagnosed until I was a toddler, but it was something that's always been there.
Okay. Understandable. But Bak3rStreet, thank you so much for the time. Thank you for
You're welcome.
shedding a light on cerebral palsy. I would love to just if you can share any website, or just like have any resource for people to just like, or any reference for people to just like read more on it, like just, or probably buy books on it. Just go ahead.
I mean, the internet's your best friend. The website I'm using right now is the National Institute of Neurological Disorders.
National Institute of Neurological Disorders. Okay.
Yes, it's a United States organization.
Yeah.
We can also use UnitedCerebralPalsy.org, UCP.org.
UCP. Okay.
Even just doing a quick Google search about cerebral palsy will bring
Okay.
up tons of resources. But I am doing fundraiser for UCP to help raise money towards research for cerebral palsy.
All right, so you've heard it here. Please go check Bak3rStreet out on Twitch. It's gonna be the episode handle, but in case you're like listening with the phone locked or anything, it's Bak3rStreet, Bak3RStreet. So Bak3rStreet. It's with a 3 in it. So go check her out. Go give her all the love. Go follow her and go support her. Even if it's like $1, even if it's like a big donation, everything will be a life changer. Anything. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care of yourselves, and thank you again, Bak3rStreet, for being my guest tonight.
You're welcome.
And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.